Okay, it's 1849 Golden Shadow, and this is sort of way out on the edge of Henderson. We're pretty close to the mountains that separate Henderson right there from the Lake Mead area. And yeah, apparently this house used to be yellow, so they put an exterior paint job on it. It's got RV parking over here, that's nice, and no HOA. We saw one, was it yesterday? Sometime over the last couple of days ago that had really special RV parking. So anybody who wants to check out that video, you can tell the difference here. You got a 2-car garage, RV parking, and just compare this to the one we saw yesterday. The one yesterday is like unusually big. So just a note, this kind of siding, it's from 1980. This kind of siding often gets sort of flagged as possible asbestos in there. As late as 1980, it probably doesn't. I think the last time I checked with somebody, like a contractor told me it was about a 50-50 chance at that time. So you come in the door, it's a big wooden heavy door. Old school door, and it's lower ceilings. Like I could just barely touch it, so it's probably an 8-foot ceiling. There's no popcorn, so they took that out. This feels like we're walking on a vinyl floor. And you step out here, and this is almost certainly an addition that's been added on. So the old exterior wall was probably here. And then this has been added on as a little additional bedroom. It's kind of hot in here. I wonder, yeah, this doesn't have HVAC. I don't see it. So there's a little vent there. We usually call those jump ducts. But that is not gonna, yeah, there's no air conditioning in that room in there. So I don't even think that's a jump duct. I'm not sure where that goes, but maybe that's a supply register. Can't tell because, but it's nice and cool in here, hot in here. And I don't see like a normal, yeah, normally what we'd be looking for is a supply register on the ceiling. There's nothing there. So this part of the house is not heated or cooled. And it's got this old exterior door on it. Yeah, that was an addition. There's a wood-burning fireplace there. That's kind of sweet. Don't see those too often anymore. The kitchen's simple, and it's even lower because there's ductwork in here. Maybe this ductwork is feeding the room next door, but I doubt it because it's nice and cool in here, but it's hot in there. Looks like some new appliances. They've dressed up the house for resale a little bit, painted the old cabinets and put on new hardware. But these are definitely the older cabinets, at least the doors. And they might have added the countertop not too long ago, but that's got some mileage on it, looks like. Yeah, a little, like a 2.5-inch step there. I don't know if you can even see it on the camera. There's a step there. So again, this part of the house was probably added on. That was probably the exterior wall. They took a chunk out of it and added this section onto the house. Probably, I'm guessing. But again, you got an evaporative cooler here, or otherwise known as a swamp cooler. That'll take off about maybe 20 degrees of heat, and it'll add humidity to the air. So this is the garage. Ooh, I don't want to touch that. Well, there's some exposed wiring there, or potential. I don't want to touch it in the dark. There's a bunch of trash in here from probably the renovation. It's a deep, but otherwise normal size 2-car garage, and it looks like we got a gas water heater sitting there. Otherwise, nothing special about it from this angle. And I can't tell what's going on with that light switch, but it didn't look safe to touch, so I don't like getting shocked. Let's go upstairs. Fresh carpet on the stairs right here. And there's the skylight up there, which is code for entry point for water, so I always look for possible leaks. Don't see anything. So it looks like the master suite is there in the back, so we'll start up here first. Small bedroom. Instead of closet doors, we got these sort of sheer curtains. It's going to be 1980s windows throughout, it looks like. Yeah, small bedrooms. This is probably, it's 10 by 10 at most. Nice and cool up here, so probably the heat down there is just not on, or I mean the AC is just not on. So it looks like a brand new toilet has been put in this bathroom. The vanity doesn't really fit the space here. Ideally you have it go all the way across, like cover this whole space all the way to the wall, but it's just a little one there. And there is a smell in here. I don't know if that's like cleaning or there's a smell in that bathroom. It's not great. Here's the master suite, kind of on the small side. There's a slider going out to a balcony there. Little walk-in closet. Kind of limited 1980s closet space. And one sink, kind of a small bathroom and toilet over here. Oh, there's a shower in there too. Yeah, you got a shower here. That's a glass door. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to say about it? It's from 1980. That was the year. Let's see, what was going on then? Test your history knowledge. Jimmy Carter was the outgoing president, first term president, replaced by Ronald Reagan. There was a big hostage crisis in Iran. I think it was the American embassy in Iran. There's like 300 hostages or something they kept for like a year. The roof tiles got a lot of mileage on them. I don't know if it's ready for replacement, but it can't be too far off. This part of the yard is just raw dirt. And over here you got a pool with a plaster job in progress. And that is a big expensive repair. You can see, I always talk about pool plastering. You can see in the shallows here, the sort of pock marks and flaking off the shallow portions. That's the indication that I'm always watching, because it means you got to do this giant job. They come in and like jackhammer it out, and then they lay new plaster on there. They clean it all. It's a big, huge, long project. It takes a week to 2 weeks usually, and it's not cheap. It's going to be usually low 5 figures, 10 to 20,000. You can see the cool deck. Also some flaking areas breaking off. The cool deck is cheaper. You're more in the, you know, 2 to 4 or 5,000, I would suppose there, depending on how much you got to do. They got the cool deck running all the way back up under the awning there. So replacing all this deck area is not super cheap, but it's not nearly as much as the plaster job on the pool. Anyway, get a little bit better view of the mountains over here. Those right on the other side of that mountain, it slopes down to the Lake Mead, is right on the other side of those mountains there. You got Black Mountain off in this, or no, Black Mountain's over there. That's Black Mountain. And then Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what that one's called, but there's a gun range right on the other side of it, and a big solar farm. Yeah, this is definitely a 1980s slider, but I can tell the rollers have been updated. But that is a classic door. And classic doors don't insulate well. That's really the downside. I mean, if they insulated well, no one would care. Just keep the old windows. But the problem is our summer heat is just radiates through these old windows. And it's like a heat sink right here. Just the heat energy just comes right inside. It makes your HVAC work really, really hard. You get a lot of breakdowns and high energy bills, things like that. So this house is interesting. Lots of extra space has been added over the years. Go outside here real quick. First hand look at the pool. Yeah, here's the steps I was talking about, because this is, you can see all the time of this in the shallows. The shallow areas here where the steps are, where there's less water pressure, always look for it. As you come around here, you can see on that vertical sidewall, as soon as you get if you see this stuff in the shallows and you get the water out, it starts flaking away because the water pressure is holding it in place. So it just starts popping out all over the place. And you can always tell you need a plaster job because you'll see it first in the shallows there. Anyway, it's one of the most important things to look for if you're shopping for a house with a pool. Oh, somebody broke the little planter there. Here's another little issue. Something coming off of here. I don't know if it's water or like oil, something leaking there though. That's a filter. There's your pump. And most of this is damn near buried. So, yeah, this could be done a little bit better. There's a lot of exposed wiring here. And yeah, I'd want to have a pool guy look at that. It's a shed sort of tucked right into this crevice almost. Yeah, there's the chimney. So there's a weird little space here between the wall and the house. You can see there's some trash built up there a little bit. It's not, this is not wide enough for me to get through there and see it. Unless I want to get really dirty. There's a little space here too. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's trash and debris built in. And you got a tree here, a palm tree that's probably like 5 years. It's gone since the last time it was trimmed. Same as this one. So to some degree there's some signs of neglect here that suggest you know, we're going to find lots and lots of issues. And, you know, this is one of them. And then it's a good thing the seller's doing it, because that's a big, expensive project. Let's see what's going on around here. RV parking. Yeah, it's almost ready for a roof. The exterior paint looks like it's been done recently. There's a broken window there. Yeah, not bad. It's got a 4 on the front of it, the price tag. So, if this is the right neighborhood for you, you can get a house here for under $500,000 with a brand new pool plaster job. It's listed for $475,000. I don't know. This one strikes me as you could probably get a little bit better location and a little bit better house for 500 grand. And it's, you know, it's 1980, so what is that, 40 years plus? So, you know, it's going to have 40 plus year house issues. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. What's the address? 1849 Golden Shadow Drive, 475 Gs. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.